I usually say I'm not a morning person, but for some reason I always start my videos in the morning. I always like to wake up to some morning hot beverage, and tea is just that perfect beverage. The tea I'm having today is mixed with ginger, which just gives it the perfect smell and taste. My grandma always talked about the importance of stepping out in the morning. I remember even on her worst days, she'd just step out, then get back inside. She said the air is freshest in the morning, and if you are to reap the health benefit of the sun, you'd do it in the morning. I love the feel of the morning sun on my skin. At this time, the sun is not very harsh, so it feels really soothing to the skin. Country mornings are really beautiful, and this is the time to just walk around and admire a bit of nature and listen to the birds and seeing the rays of the sun pierce through the woods and the flowers is just so beautiful. We had a bit of rain last night, and the morning after rain usually is the best. Looking at the water droplets on the leaves and flowers is just so relaxing. It's usually so calm after the rains, and things just bloom, even things that seemed dead a few days ago. Once it rains, they just look beautiful. My garden has been looking so bad. I didn't want to weed it before the rains because the soil was so tough and dusty. So now that it's rained, I'm just gonna try, see if it's possible that I weed the one patch. There are so many patches with different vegetables, so I'm not able to weed them all in a day. I always just weed one patch at a time. So today I'll be working on the cowpeas patch, but always I fix anything I see, like the onion that is falling. Here we eat cowpeas leaves as well as the beans. When they mature, they produce beans, so we eat both. At this point, I'm just preparing to eat the vegetables, probably in a week. They are not so far from maturing, and they're best eaten early before they become so tough. The leaves become very tough after some time, so we harvest before they are really tough. Many of you have been complaining about my posture when carrying out chores. I was raised in the village, and this is how we worked. Most of our jobs, most of our chores involve bending, and we don't have a problem actually. I've done this since I was a child, and I don't have back problems, so kindly just embrace my culture. It's our way of life. The entrance of the garden is quite far. That's where you see me jumping over the fence. It's on the far end, and I'm just not ready to go around. I also just didn't want to step on all those other crops that are coming up. I'll go ahead and harvest some vegetables that we're going to eat for lunch. Here we call them sukuma wiki, and I think it is kale. Others say it is collard greens. I don't know. Which vegetable is this? Let me know what you call it wherever you are. For us, it is kale or sukuma wiki, which is the Swahili name. So before we get cooking, I'll go and collect some eggs. The chicken coop is open, and in case we leave them there for long, the dogs could just walk in and eat the eggs. So I usually pick them twice a day, at midday, then again in the evening for those that lay later on. I accidentally broke one. I'll put it at the top so that we use it fast. So for lunch today, we're going to have a fish stew, and then we'll have with the kale and ugali. Ugali is always somehow a must because it's our staple food, and it can be used with every other stews or fries. It just goes with everything. Not really fries, but fried food. I like to crush and blend my tomatoes. It makes it very easy to cook and makes a better gravy. So many of you have been asking where my parents are, why I always cook food, maybe just enough for one person. Okay, I also have no idea where they go. My parents are so busy. It's like they are in all these committees in the village. It's a funeral committee. They are in the church committees. They are in school committees, boards, and everything. So I hardly see them. Most of the time, I'm home alone. And when they're around, they just don't like interfering with what I'm doing. They normally just keep to their things. So that's how we live. The tomato is well cooked, and we have that very nice gravy. So I'm just gonna go in with the water, then we'll put the fish and let it cook for some time. Then we have a stew, kind of a wet fry. We call it wet fry when the soup is just a bit, and it's such a common delicacy in Kenya. I'm using pre-fried fish to make the stew. I bought fresh fish, then I fried them. It's a way of also preserving. That's how we store them here. So just in case we have a blackout, they still stay fresh. I'm usually a bit careless in the kitchen. Recently, I had a burn on my arm, but it's getting better. These kinds of burns are the most painful. In our house, I'm the one who usually cuts the vegetables. I think I'm better cutting them because they come out so fine. I cook most of the time. I think my sisters really take advantage of me. Our fish is ready and it looks really delicious. I know you all want to taste right now. And there's no better way to enjoy it other than with fresh leafy vegetables from our own garden. and with ugali, our staple food. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, and bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.